Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Dark on Netflix. This is episode 5. Last episode ended with Yasin getting taken, I assume, by whoever works for the man called Noah. I assume that kid's gonna die, right? Because like everyone that gets taken in this town ends up dead in some time period, other than Mikkel. We don't know what happened to him yet, but we have our theories about whose father he could potentially be, and I'm excited to hopefully eventually be proven right on that theory. But for now, it's still just a theory. But before we jump into this episode, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, or you want to get next episode's reaction slightly early, consider checking out my Patreon. That is linked in the description below. But otherwise, let's jump into the episode. Hello. 2 different cops in 2 different time periods. Trying to figure this shiz out. Oh dang, she's been obsessed with him for a long time. "23 unanswered calls? Good God, Hannah. You gotta ease up, girl." Martha wants to talk? Heck yeah, man. You gotta fix your screen, though. Lol, Bartos, you loser. She didn't want to talk to you. Actually, Bartos is probably a nice kid, but still, it's hilarious.
Du weißt, was mit Erik und Mikkel passiert ist? Das Gleiche ist mit Yasin passiert.
Yeah, you're Yasin.
Dieser Noah, wie sah der aus? Kannst du ihn beschreiben?
As tall as Dad. It was her dad. He had a hat on and blue eyes. Okay.
Was soll das? So redet man nicht mit seiner 8-jährigen Tochter.
Bro, yeah, you do. You absolutely do. When you're a police officer and 3 children are missing, you absolutely talk to your kid that way.
Ich weiß, dass du nicht in der Praxis warst. Wenn du irgendetwas mit dem Verschwinden von Mikkel zu tun hast.
She will put you away, brother.
Oder Yasin. Dann sag's mir jetzt.
Can he deny it?
Du spinnst.
Brother, you can't even say you had nothing to do with it? Chief, you gotta deny that, son. If it's true. Okay, this weird box. What is this box?
Hey, hier ist Martha. Nachrichten nach dem Ton.
How long have they been dating? Just a couple months? Is that the drug phone?
Hallo?
Hallo Bartosz, mein Name ist Noah.
Ooh. Because he's from the future. Somehow he knows you have this phone.
Anna. Ich dachte, ihr habt jetzt bestimmt keinen Kopf zu kochen. Mit all dem. Und ich dachte...
She thought she could see your husband real quick.
Magst du reinkommen?
She does, yes. She wants to look at your husband.
Anna.
What's up?
Hanna hat uns was zu essen gebracht.
Yup. This is super awkward. Your wife's gonna find out unless you act normal.
Vale?
It's super awkward, brother. She knows. She has to know, right?
Danke für das Essen. Gerne.
She's gonna steal one of her hairs.
Ruf mich an.
Oh, she definitely knows. She knows, and she's looking at him. Like, there's no way she doesn't know.
Es müsste bis heute Abend zugestellt sein. Ist das wichtig?
Ja, natürlich.
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Ooh, he's sending it to Jonas. Interesting.
Kann ich dir vertrauen? Wenn ich dir ein Geheimnis verrate, kann ich dir vertrauen, dass du es keinem weitererzählst?
Obviously. But probably not. He already lied to you once.
Kann ich auf dich zählen?
Ja, klar, immer.
I mean, he did kind of have your back. Not telling the school that you were at therapy, so maybe be an okay friend to him. Is this Noah? Has he got a hat? Is Noah the new
Noah.
priest? Yeah, okay.
Pfarrer der St. Christophorus-Gemeinde.
St. Christopher's Church. Interesting.
Was glaubst du dann, wie die Welt entstanden ist? Wer all die schönen Dinge erschaffen hat?
Die Welt ist durch den Urknall entstanden. Vor 13,8 Milliarden Jahren.
Nichts kann aus nichts entstehen.
That's in it. Yeah,
Vielleicht ist der Urknall nichts anderes als der Schöpfungsakt Gottes.
that's one theological interpretation.
Gott hat einen Plan für jeden Menschen. Auch für dich.
Noah, you're suspect, brother. You keep kidnapping people. Also, that's in the past, though.
Ich will, dass du aufhörst, mich anzurufen.
Are you old?
Okay?
In the
hör einfach
future?
auf.
Which old person are you?
Ich kann das nicht mehr.
Nicht das für dich, ja?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what you are. Hannah, his kid's missing.
Was ich brauche,
What he needs is his child.
ruf mich nicht an, komm nicht vorbei. Lass uns einfach in Ruhe.
Hau ab!
Ich glaube ja nicht, dass ich dich einfach so gehen lasse.
Hannah. You have to let him go. He is not yours. Dang, so they were buds, but he's attracted to the Katerina. Oh, okay, so she's clearly into him. Yup. I feel bad for the young version of her, but I don't feel bad for the old version of her.
Keine Kinder. Niemals.
Never. You get two of them.
Versprochen. Keine Kinder.
You get two of them, and then you enter into a deep, deep depression when one of them goes missing.
Als damals mein Bruder verschwunden ist, haben die hier so ziemlich jeden Fehler gemacht, den man sich vorstellen kann. Und ich habe mir geschworen, dass ich das alles anders mache. Und jetzt schau mich an. Ich bin ein Witz. Drück meine Frau. Mein Sohn ist verschwunden, ich kann nichts tun. 33 Jahre.
Yeah.
Bin ich jetzt das inkompetente Arschloch?
I mean, you're not incompetent.
Aber alle 33 Jahre ist alles wieder genauso, wie es war. Die Sterne, die Planeten, das ganze Universum ist wieder auf der exakt gleichen Position.
Is that actually true? Is that like a real thing? Ooh. Hello, stranger.
Du siehst ihm ähnlich. Dein Vater.
That makes sense. They're related.
Das Leben ist ein Labyrinth. Manche irren darin bis zu ihrem Ende herum und suchen nach einem Ausweg. Dabei gibt es nur einen Weg und der führt immer tiefer hinein.
What?
Der Tod ist etwas Unbegreifliches. Aber man kann sich mit ihm versöhnen. Bis dahin solltest du dich jeden Tag fragen, ob du die richtigen Entscheidungen getroffen hast.
What? That would confuse the frick out of me. What are you doing? Checking to see if you have boobs yet? She's like, have they grown? Oh, hello, small boy. I am not afraid.
Findest du mich eigentlich schön?
He's like, sure.
Kennst du Houdini?
Wen?
Harry Houdini. Einer der größten Zauberer der Welt.
Bro, he's gonna teach you magic and you're gonna fall in love. This is Jonas's dad.
Die Dinge verändern sich nur, wenn wir sie verändern. Aber man muss es geschickt tun, im Verborgenen. Dann wirkt es wie Zauberei.
How did you do that?
Ich komme aus der Zukunft. Du bist cool. Nee, ich bin Mikkel.
Ha! He's got the dad jokes already. Yeah, you guys are gonna fall in love. Or she'll at least settle for you. Is this the locker room? It's the same spot his son makes out with Franziska?
Das ist heute nichts als ein Schleier, der alles, was für sie wirklich war, im Schatten verbarg. Von da an wusste ich, dass sich nichts ändert. Dass alles bleibt. Das Spinnrad sich dreht. Runde um Runde.
Oof.
Ein Faden, rot wie Blut.
A thread like
Unser aller
blood
Tod verbindet.
ties together all our deeds.
Und doch bleibt etwas zurück, das man nicht scheiden kann.
Your connection cannot be severed. Bartos wants to know where you are. Dude, don't double tap. If you double tap, then the person knows that you're ignoring them. Just single tap it so it goes on mute and let it go to voicemail.
Dann schrecke ich aus meinem Schlaf und ich weiß, dass nichts vergeht. Dass alles bleibt.
There's probably some super deep meaning. Voice just cracked. There's probably some super deep meaning behind the monologue she just gave, but I'm not sure. I'll have to like rewatch that or watch an explainer video at the end of the season.
Was im Sommer zwischen uns passiert ist, das war nicht einfach nur nichts, oder?
No, it was not.
Warum hast du mich heute früh angerufen und nicht Bartosz?
Because she loves you. That's what's up, brother. Yes, Jonas. Reclaim your lost love. Meanwhile, Bartos is gonna get murdered. It's a priest, so it is Noah. What? He looks the same.
Noah.
Why do you look
Willst du
the
dich einsteigen?
same? Are you immortal? Can you time travel as well? What is going on with you, Chief? Damn, that's a pretty good drawing of him, if we're honest. Never understood how police sketchers are so freaking good at drawing the exact person.
Trägst du mich?
Yes. Super yes, he is. Not anymore, technically, but he was.
Ich frag dich das nur einmal. Trägst du mich?
Technically, that's twice, but alright.
Das würde ich niemals tun.
Liar. Brother.
Ulrich hat ihre Brüste angefasst und hat sich auf sie draufgelegt. Und sie wollte es nicht.
Oh. Okay, so
Dann hat er sich auf sie draufgelegt.
she's accusing Ulrich of rape because
So.
he didn't choose her. Girl.
Und dann hat er seine Hose runtergezogen und...
Du musst nicht weiterreden. Du hast das Richtige gemacht.
Hopefully Ulrich does not find out that it was her. I mean, he obviously probably never finds out because I don't think he'd be hooking up with her as an adult if that was the case. You little scoundrel. I feel like this would be pretty easy to disprove. Katerina's just like, nah, fam. Totally consensual. And then he's Gucci. Why does it look like she got punched in the face? And I'm gonna drop Bartos' dead body out of this car. Oh, no, he's alive. Never mind. Noah probably told him some stuff. Bartos is Noah. That would be a wild twist. They kind of have similar bone structure. Is that a Geiger counter? Light up. Is that a ball? Does it light up? It's essentially like a torch. Like a bitchin' future flashlight. That's rad. Kinda is like a future flashlight. How did you know how to turn that on? And a Geiger counter, I think. Looks like it's old though. Do not open. Oh, it's his dad's note.
Wir kennen nicht einmal die Hälfte der Mysterien dieser Welt.
Don't even know half the mysteries of this world.
In der Dunkelheit. Dies ist meine Wahrheit. Am 4. November
It is his dad. I knew it.
des Jahr 1986 gereist. Der Junge aus der Zukunft blieb und wurde mit der Zeit ein Mann. Aus Mikkel wurde Michael, der niemals wusste, wohin
Mikkel
er will.
became Michael.
Wenn du dies liest, bin ich bereits gegangen. Alles ist miteinander verbunden.
Everything is connected.
Mikkel. Michael.
Dang, man. I knew it. I knew it. I'm a goddamn genius. This book belongs to Mikkel. He's like, what? Yeah, you have to reckon with the fact that time travel exists now. Hey man.
Kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ich möchte mich gerne mit Ihnen über die Zeit unterhalten.
Ugh. Give me the answers. I don't need sleep, I need answers. Okay, big things have happened in this episode. We got a big confirmation. Something that I theorized pretty much as soon as Mikkel went back in time and met the nurse. I was like, that's Jonas's dad. And I get confirmation, baby. Smartest man in the world. Just kidding. It probably was not that complicated of a reveal. I'm sure trillions of other people figured that out ahead of time, but I feel pretty smart. I'm not as lost as I think I am, but I'm definitely am way more lost than I think I am. And Jonas now knows. Jonas knows that his dad is Mikkel, and that he time traveled, so that's going to be a big thing. And he got some tools to potentially help him time travel. It looked like he got like a light, but it's like a weird light. It's like not a normal light. It's like a future light. So maybe is that flashlight from 33 years in the future? I don't know. And then they like a Geiger counter, but the Geiger counter looked like an old Geiger counter. It looked like maybe a Geiger counter from 33 years in the past. So that's very interesting. And what the one cop was saying, that there's like a 33-year cycle, like every 33 years everything lines up the same. That's potentially very interesting. Is that true? I don't know if that's true, but it's wild. A lot of this episode though was focused on Hannah and Ulrich, both in the past and in the present. So Hannah in the past is like in love with Ulrich, right? Like she has a big crush on him, and he like they're friends, like they're tight, right? They get along pretty well. But I think he's slightly older than her, right? And so he chooses Katerina, like they're together, and that makes Hannah upset in the past, rough stuff. But she just like, her obsession is just like so, it's like blatant. And I feel like Katerina knows, like she has to know, right? Because she's not even trying to hide the fact that that she's obsessed with him. Like she's coming to their house and being like, where is your husband? It's like, bro, she knew that you've been obsessed with him for like 30 years. And she's like hugging her and like staring him down while she does it. Like she knows. And she asks him later, she's like, are you cheating on me? And he's like, I would never do that. Like, bro. She already knew the answer. She just wanted you to confirm it. Like she just wants you to give a firm yes or no. And the fact that you're going to lie to her again is insane. She's going to dump you. But like she's probably going to take it even farther. She hasn't done it yet, but in the future, she's going to do something, right? Like she's like telling him like, I'm not so easily going to let you go. She's kind of psychotic, if we're honest. She straight up, like when they were kids, accuses him of rape. Like says that he raped Katerina just to get back at him for not choosing her. And it's like, bro, like what does she think is going to happen in that situation? Does she think that it's going to cause some conflict between the two of them, between Katerina and Ulrich, that's going to like drive them apart, right? Like he's going to accuse Katerina and be like, you said that I did this to you? We'll never be together now. I choose Hannah. It's like, no, like that clearly is not what is going to happen, partly because we know the future. But she finds Mikkel as a fallback, and he talks to her about magic, and that's, I guess, enough for her to be like, all right, you're a good second option. And so she chooses him. And it's just like, bro. We didn't see the other of Mikkel's, or not the other of Mikkel's kids, the other of Ulrich's kids, Magnus. And we didn't see either him or Franziska this episode, so that's curious. We did see Marta, though, who is smooching on Jonas, right? She is ignoring calls from Bartosz and in turn calling Jonas, because the fling that they had last summer is not just a little fling. Like, they're clearly both still into each other. Plus, her and Bartosz have only been dating for like 2 months. Right? Like, it's fine. It's fine. Just break up with Bartosz. You'll be Gucci. One thing, though, word of advice for all these people ignoring phone calls. If you are gonna ignore someone's phone call, don't double tap the button. This is specifically for iPhone people. If you didn't know this, if you double tap, like someone's calling you, if you single tap it, it just puts it on mute, but it lets it ring. It stops vibrating, it stops ringing, but it'll let the like call continue or whatever. So you're essentially kind of ignoring the phone call, but not really ignoring the phone call. Then the other person on the other line will think, oh, they're just not by their phone, going to voicemail, whatever. But if it rings for a little bit, you know it's on. And then if you double tap the thing, then that person is aware that person ignored my phone call. Like, if you're trying to be sneaky, folks, don't double tap it, just single tap it and then ignore it. Easy peasy. But yeah, they smooch, and hopefully they'll be smooching some more in the future. That sounds weird, but I would prefer them together over her and Bartosz. Speaking of Bartosz, he gets a call from Noah, who we finally meet this episode. We met him in 2 separate time periods. He talks to Mikkel and is like, yo, how do you think the Earth got made? And Mikkel's like, Big Bang. That's an interesting theological discussion about, young Earth versus old verse, blah, blah. Young Earth versus old Earth, like creationism theory, versus with like evolution and all that jazz. Like there's a lot of Christians you'll talk to will probably say that they believe in a young Earth creationist theory where the Earth is like 6,000, 7,000 years old or something like that. And then there's people who are not religious who you'll talk to who will be like the Big Bang caused the creation of the universe and everything, and then evolution took it from there. And then there's other people, like other believers who you'll talk to where they kind of believe both in a sense, where they're like, hey, maybe the Big Bang was just God's, like the moment that God was like, let there be light and all that jazz, right? Maybe the 6 days that are talked about in the Bible were not a literal 6 days, but more like a metaphorical 6 days, due to the fact that God kind of operates like outside of time. And so 6 days to him could be, 14 billion years or whatever. Who knows? So that's a very interesting theological discussion to have. And I would encourage you to, if you're religious, talk to other believers about what that could mean, because it shifts and changes a lot of stuff based on that. But Noah, we meet, he's talking to him in the past, and then we meet him again in the future when he meets up with Bartosz, and he looks the exact same. So that offers 2 possibilities. Noah can time travel, possibility 1, or Noah is immortal. I don't think he's immortal. He's probably definitely a time traveler. I'm going to toss out a wild theory that probably is super wrong. My theory at this moment is that Noah and Bartosz are the same person. Don't know why. I have no idea why I think that. I think it's going to come to light that Marta chose Jonas over Bartos, and it's going to make Bartos mad, and then he is going to in turn become some time-traveling villain. Don't know why. I think it's just because their like facial structure almost looks similar. And Noah knew his name, and he knew when he called that phone that Bartos was going to answer, which means either Bartos told him that he got a call, like he knew that that event happened at that time. So like that, I feel like there's a specific reason he probably knew, and my initial off the wall guess at the moment is that Noah and Bartosz are the same person. But I'm not entirely sure. And they meet up, and he drives him somewhere and then drives him back and drops him off. We don't know what he told him, any of that. I assume he probably told him future secrets, told him about Jonas, whatever. And Jonas was supposed to be there with him, and he didn't show up. So that's very, very curious. And then the episode ends with the stranger. Ooh, by the way, the stranger talked to Jonas and said some weird timey-wimey stuff, and he's like, okay, I have a suspicion. This is another theory. I think the stranger is Jonas, like an older version of Jonas, because just the way he's talking to him, it's similar to kind of, you know, if you've watched season 4 of Stranger Things, when they're the kind of how I called it out in that moment when the orderly is talking to 11 about number 1. Just some of the verbiage, almost it seems like a weird mix of like third person and first person terminology. Like the things you're saying feel like you can only say those things if they happened to you. Is that called second person? I don't know. Fourth person? Who knows? But it like he says some timey-wimey like philosophical stuff to him, but he's like telling him like you'll comprehend death or whatever, but it'll take some time. And it's like, I don't know why, but like it gives me the vibe of someone who's like telling their younger self something without trying to reveal too much. And so my theory at the moment, which again, this could be super wrong, but my theory at the moment is that the stranger and Jonas are one and the same. Because also the stranger seems to be like following him. Like when he went into the cave, he was there. He knew he was there. Like there's different moments here and there where like the stranger is present when Jonas is doing something. And, you know, he's like helping him out, writing notes in his map and stuff. So it's like, there's a like the connection between them has already been established. And then just that dialogue situation there leads me to believe that they're the same person, but I'm not sure. But then the episode ends with the stranger, possible older Jonas, going to this like watch shop, like a watch store or something like that, and talking to the guy with the glasses. Isn't that the guy that he's the one that made the box, right? And he's on the back of that book, A Journey Through Time. That's the same guy, right? And he's like, I want to talk to you about time. Like, what does that mean? I have so many questions. Oh man. Things are starting to pick up though. Like 5 episodes in, and things are picking up. Next episode is called Sic Mundus Creatus Est. Whatever that means. Probably Latin of some kind. But yeah, another solid episode. I'm still generally pretty confused. Like there's so many things to keep track of and so many potential theories that I am not sure what's going on all the time. But I think I'm getting my bearings a little bit. But obviously don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. like, don't spoil things, that would be great. I haven't been spoiled yet, so that's prime. But yeah, I'm slowly figuring things out. But if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you are new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, or you want next episode's reaction slightly early, consider checking out my Patreon. That is linked in the description below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.